Welcome to the surgeon's table. Now, surgery is more than just cutting up and closing. As surgeons, we tend to discuss all types of issues. Now, it's that same ideology that we want to bring to this program, where we look at all types of issues that affect our lives, not just in the hospital spectrum, but also across the various facets and the gamut of our lives. Join me on the surgeon's table. You are most welcome. With me today is Dr. Turkson Ephraim, who's a specialist surgeon, and Millicent Omane, who is a perioperative nurse. So we'll be dissecting the nitty-gritties of life after medical school and life after nursing school. We are going straight into the discussions. Who do I start with first? So I think ladies first. You know, I'm big on that ladies first thing. I think so we want to zoom down. I'm a year boy. I know. First of all, can I ask you, like, why did you choose nursing as a career path? Was it your parents? Was it like you had some guy that wanted you to become a nurse, or like because of the allowance, or like what triggered you? I mean, you could have been a politician or a businesswoman or any of those kind of like stuff, you know.
I think personally, aside the fact that I used to admire nurses, I also have a passion for it.
You have a passion?
Yes. I love to see people in pain, and I feel like, I wish I could help. Yes, I love it when
I think I'm in so much pain right now. Yeah, maybe after this you can help.
I was able to help him or her when the person was going through a problem. I like to solve some of the problems.
Oh, so that was like your main thing.
Yes, yes. Oh. I really have a passion for it, especially when it comes to kids.
Kids, okay. You're a kid person?
Yes.
So how many kids do you hope to have?
3 to 4 would be bad.
Oh, 3 to 4 is a small number.
With the economy, I think I prefer that. Yes.
Great. So what were some of the things you thought about before, or the ideas you had before you entered nursing as a?
Okay, so the ideas I had,
like before you completed, like one will just look at a few ideas and we'll come back and then look at them.
Okay, so when I was outside like nursing, after the profession, I thought nurses were very rude.
Before you started nursing school?
Yes, that was what I heard. I heard nurses were rude, nurses were disrespectful, but after entering the profession, like I hear people say nurses are rude, but I've never seen some before. I've never seen a colleague behaving rude to a patient. Like honestly before, like I've never seen that before.
Before God and man? Yes, or before man and God?
I've never seen, like I hear people talk about nurses are rude, nurses are this, but I think sometimes they blame us for things that we are not responsible for. Someone will go to the lab.
Yes, so that the rude one.
Yes.
Yes. So what else?
Someone will go to the lab and like the nurse said she won't take it. It's not nurses who work there. So I think even sometimes the doctors, when she goes to see the doctor, or when he or she goes to the doctor and there is a problem, like the nurse said, meanwhile it's not even the responsibility of the nurse to do that. So I think they are just blaming us for nothing.
For nothing. Also, so that's one of the things you thought about nursing before you. Yes. Before you entered nursing school or before you finished?
No, before I entered nursing school, I thought nurses were rude, like nurses are not friendly. So as I was entering, I feel like I'm going to help. I'm going to change this.
You're going to change the whole industry. Oh man!
So, but upon entry, I never saw anything like that.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else you had?
I think that's one of the perceptions I had.
Okay. So you hold on that point. We'll switch to Surgeon Turkson. And then we'll look at it. I know. You know, in Ghana, like once you are doing science, you do a bit well. It's more almost like it's automatic that you're going to become a doctor. I mean, if you ask maybe out of 3 science students in Ghana, I'm sure about 2/3 or like 2 out of 3 would say I want to be a doctor. Was that the same reason for you? Or you had like a passion, you know, you were there one day and there was like a vision from God, and God said, my son, Turkson, I want you to become a doctor. Like, what was the experience like for you?
Not at all. Well, like you rightly said, medicine is the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
If you are doing science, that's the ultimate prize. So for me,
you wanted the ultimate prize.
Yes, I wanted the ultimate prize one, and then I never made that decision until I finished. I finished writing the exams.
Okay.
I was not the brightest
Yes.
coming up, but something changed along the line in SS. And so for me, it was to try and test myself.
Okay. Push yourself.
Push myself and then see if I could do it. And then I did it. Then, yes, so basically, maybe I did it for 2 or 3 reasons. One, I felt being a doctor is cool, basically. 2, I also felt like doctors have money.
Okay.
Do I don't think
doctors have money?
Have
Yeah.
money. I mean,
I think we'll dissect all those.
Yeah,
We are coming.
No, now I don't
You
see
don't,
it
you
that way.
don't see it that way.
I think it has a potential, but there are a lot of doctors that are poor, unfortunately. And then also, at the time, I view doctors or medical students as special, to be honest with you. Anytime I went to, I was in Omane most of my time, so anytime I went to Confirmation and I saw medical students with their lab coat, I was like, wow, look at this guy.
I saw like it.
So it was something I remember.
And the gods have come from
Exactly, I
Olympus.
remember going to the medical hostel in Confirmation, and then we went to one of the TV rooms with my brother, my senior brother. We entered and we were watching, we were watching, Nadal and Federer or something, and then we saw the medical students. I was like, oh my God, they have to be like these guys. So those were the little things that I saw. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So what were some of the things you sort of, apart from what you, like she said she heard that nurses were rude. Did you hear anything about doctors? Some people say doctors are quote unquote to know, like they seem to know it all, or like maybe what was something you
The perception. Okay, my perception of doctors at the time was nothing but admiration. Yes, I felt they were doing a good job. Yes, at the time. Okay, let me bring this in. I remember taking my old boy to the hospital one.
Yeah.
At that time, I think it was in SS2 or something. He was a newly diagnosed hypertensive now. So we went, and then his BPs were very high. I remember it was more than 200, and he was having severe headache. And we had to wait for the doctor. The whole hospital had only one doctor, and he had to do ward rounds. Hindsight, I can understand him. Yeah, but we had to sit down at the waiting area for a very long time before eventually he came down. I was like, whilst we were waiting, I was like, what if my father dies? What if my father dies? So I know the work was tough at the time because it was one doctor seeing the whole hospital, and I had nothing but admiration for him. So
great.
That's my perception about medicine before I entered.
Do you have like emotional? You have like emotional connection to? That's cool. Okay, Millicent. You said you heard the nurses were rude before you entered nursing school. So you entered nursing school. If I may ask, which nursing school did you go? You can give a shout out to your mates.
Okay, so I went to Kolebu Nursing.
Straight up. Hey, that's right.
The only premium college.
What a shock.
Was that the first nursing school in Ghana?
Yes.
Okay. I see.
Yes.
Hey.
I think either the first or second, but I know it's a premium college. I know that. To me, I thought that's the only nursing school. I don't know for others, but to me, I only nursing
school. So what was it like being in school? I know being in Kolebu, it's close to a big place with many wolves and lions and
Okay, so honestly, I felt very good.
Very good.
Very good. I felt very. I won't even hide the fact that I'm a nurse. Even sometimes, if someone is asking of my name, I'm never for them to ask, what you do? Who are you like? Because I was so proud to say I was a nurse. Especially when someone asked, which school? From I'm a college student. Even among college, so like I really love. I was really in love with the profession. I was so much in love with the profession. I remember the first time I had my uniform.
Yeah.
I had a roommate called Bridget. I think that night we actually slept in the uniform. and now, funny enough, and now even someone tells me to wear my uniform, I'm like, I'm tired. But that day I slept. I was so much in a hurry to just wear the uniform. I was like, someone should tell me, how do I look in this uniform? How beautiful do I look in it? Just give me some rate. Like it was beautiful.
It was a great experience.
It was a great experience. Sometimes if not for the fact I'm going to learn, I would have wished I was big. It's just the learning aspect. I know the learning and exams.
Okay. So those were the things you didn't like.
Yes, the fact that I'm going to write exams. I told my lecturers I have learned. What do you mean I should write exams? To show that I've learned the things. They should just let me go. But the thing is, aside the exams and learning, I think I enjoyed campus. I enjoyed being colleague. I enjoyed being in it. Okay. Sometimes during clinicals too. Okay. I felt very good in it. Like I felt very good.
There's some people usually talk about, these the doctors and nurses, medical students and nurses. I mean, like the nursing students, when they come fresh like that, and the wolves and the lions.
Yes.
The lions, then.
I heard that a lot. I heard like most nurses are into doctors, most doctors are into nurses. I feel these are boys and girls together. I'm sure even if it's carpenters and nurses are the same field, something like this is going to happen.
To repair the beds for them.
Boys and girls are together, things like this happen. But personally, I've never had that experience.
You never had that experience?
Yes, I've never gone out.
Why you never wanted such an experience, or like doctors are not your type?
Okay, so before I went into nursing, I already had someone.
You already had someone. Oh, fresh shot. So that person put an embargo.
Yes, he was wild and very protective, so no one came close. Even if you come, you will go because I'll always talk about him every minute, every second we are having a conversation. So the person will feel good about it. Yeah. I'm a lover girl,
I like that. Alright, Texas. So how's the medical school experience? I mean, some have very good experiences in school. Some too just have a way of just finishing to the end. Yes. I mean, some use it as an opportunity to build up on their international relations through the Medical Students Association and these exchange programs. Some use it as a platform for their politics. Some use it as an athletic platform. I mean, there are so many things people do in med school. So, what was your path?
Okay, so two ways to look at it.
Yeah.
First, academic. Okay. Coming to medical school, I felt I was good academically, and then something hits you like the first exams or something hits you, and it's like, what? I think I've never doubted myself before, but in medical school I really did. I really did doubt myself, and I struggled. I mean, I had one or two referrals that I had to write it.
So do those things like what's the emotional state? Because you know yourself. You know that oh boy, I don't be Odogu.
Charlie.
Yeah,
I was coming from SS.
I was the Don.
Yeah.
I was the Don Corleone. I was like, you're like Polly in good feather.
It was frustrating, to be honest with you. You especially like you read, and the next day they ask you questions about what you've read, and it's like exactly. So and you have to go back, but it was so I got to the stage where I felt, it's just about passing, so just pass. So it was mostly survival mode. So I could also pay attention to the other aspects of life. Yeah, so that brings me to the other side. I was a student leader. I was into sports. I was a footballer. I think I was the first MSc sports officer.
Okay.
I forgot how we used to call it the post here. And then I was also into Christian Medical Fellowship too. So yeah, it's a little bit of softball.
So maybe at the end, maybe you give us a prayer.
No.
If you want to give us a prayer, I mean, just comment. And our next session, we will give us we will lift up holy hands. So if you really want me to do that, I want you to just comment below. Give us a word of prayer. Thank you. So,
I was a deputy prayer secretary anyway, so that shouldn't be difficult. But no. I mean, so yes, so I think yes, I was into sports, and then I started my first business also in medical school.
Oh, you know what, guys?
Oh, nah. I mean, it's just finding a way to survive. Yes.
I think sometimes survival would actually help you to thrive, because actually when you start thinking survival, all your alertness comes up, and then rather than actually diminishing, you help you secure like so many things that you actually thought you'd not be able to secure.
Yes, I mean, I think what it does is it's let you see things in you that you never thought. I was a shy type, but first in medical school, I mean, I could not even talk to anyone.
They are probably just like me.
I was so shy, I could not even express myself. I remember talking to one of my mates, she's a lady, Dr. Arjun, and she was like, I don't understand anything I'm saying. I was so shy. But I mean, when I finally settled in, I mean, I became myself, and I saw that, well, I saw leadership in myself. I saw this entrepreneurship, and I saw this sports thing that I've been doing a long time. So yeah, that was my life in medical school.
I think I was, I have this theory. So I was initially just like what you're saying, like very shy, and I used to stammer a lot. I mean, I've had to practice to be able to speak.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time, like, in med school you have this group of people, so like you probably be in the same group based on where your surname is from, maybe like for most of the time. So my group they suffered, because sometimes the stammering could get so bad that I couldn't even mention my name.
Charlie.
Hey,
I tell you.
It was, I can literally remember my group mates just laughing their heads off. But I think that also helped me to sort of learn how to speak space words and how to compose yourself. And
I had a nickname, the shy Pentecost brother.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, that's medical school with me. Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's now talk about after school. So you come into the profession, the nursing profession. So it's a high calling. You've come in, you've had the perception that nurses are good. You've gone through the school, you've enjoyed the school. You've been able to dodge the lions, the wolves, and the foxes, and skillfully. Yes. So after school, what did you do next? What was your next step?
Okay, so usually, mostly when nurses are done with school,
yes,
they get into the profession and going to work in other hospitals, especially private hospitals.
I thought you guys had some time when we are not doing anything at home.
Yes, but most of the nurses get into
something,
especially going to work at the hospital. Yes. But mine was quite different.
Okay, you took another route.
I took another step.
And then another.
Yeah.
So what step was that?
Okay, so it was I divided the whole thing into two. So I think we stayed home for like a year.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So I went to visit my boyfriend by then.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Yes, I went to visit him. He was outside.
The same one.
Yes, the same person. Yes. I went to visit him outside the country because I used to complain.
So it was a long distance thing.
Yes.
But he was still able to guard around his garden.
Yes.
Oh my God. I think we have to get him to probably give us the know-how
yes.
to guard around diamonds from a far distance.
Yes, I went to visit him. I spent some time with, I think about 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
Yes, I wanted to take care of him. I know he was missing some of the Ghanaian dishes, so I wanted to go there, prepare for him. Yes. So when I left, I could see he gained some weight. He was looking good before I left.
But did you also gain some weight? Maybe
yes, I also did
you
because
took some protein.
Yes, some proteins and carbohydrates. So yes, I came back. I think after 4 to 5 months, I came back in. When I came, I got myself into business because I was so bored. I was idle, and I didn't want to. You know, I'm a woman. I'm young and vibrant. So I didn't want to get.
You want to put your youthfulness to use.
Yes, I said to get myself into this business. So I sat there and I asked myself, what can I do? Well,
that's right.
But I think I would do good when it comes to clothing, fashion, and those things. Yes, so I went into
like
that.
You're a fashionista, like you're a modelista, you know, that kind
so
of.
So I'm still in the business.
You're still in the business. Yes. Okay, that's right. So you did that like for a year?
No, I did that even when I was posted. I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it?
Yes, I'll be opening my shop very soon. I think 3 weeks from now.
3 weeks from now, you're opening your shop?
My shop.
Oh, then you're a very serious businesswoman.
Yes. I really love it. I love what I do.
Okay, I see. So where was your first posting to? Were you posted straight to Colombo?
Yes.
Okay, and you've been there.
And I've been there.
There since. Yes. Okay, that's great. So that's your passion for business. Would you say it's on the same level as nursing, or it's more?
Yes. I'm able to balance it 50. When I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm home, I'm fully in for the business.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you do the business when you're off work, then when you're at work.
When I'm at work.
Okay. We'll be back with you. Now let me just come back to Dr. Turkson. Dr. Turkson, I mean, you said that you have the perception that doctors make a lot of money. I mean, there's so many people. I mean, I also thought that doctors make so much money. I mean, that there's so many things that we believe that maybe sometimes we wake up and not shoot. Maybe like you believe that in Santa Claus, you believe in Tooth Fairy, or you believe in so many things. But after med school, what were some of the things that you sort of hoped for or you aspired to, and then did you find them to be real, practical, or you guys found them to be things like fantasies? I know. I'd like you to first talk about the money issue. Because you mentioned it at the beginning, so I want to find out. Are doctors, do doctors have money?
Okay, so with the money issue, first, I think when I received my appointment letter as a house officer, I got disappointed. Because of the money. I remember then my senior brother who was then also in the medical school outside. So he came for his graduation and he saw the appointment and then was like, really? This is how much we can pay? Then I think that was just the basic or whatever. There were add-ons, but even with the add-ons, the first appointment letter.
It still wasn't making sense.
Yes, the first appointment letter was quite disappointing. So yes, the money aspect. After receiving the first appointment letter, I knew I cannot survive only on this. Okay. Yeah, so there has to be other things.
So the first appointment letter triggered your survival mode again.
Yes, it made me aware that. Just medicine is not going to work. It's not going to. Just medicine will not give you the money that you want.
Yes, probably to take care of your family, to give up your children the kind of life you wanted. And there's the interesting thing about doctors and nurses that the society has this sort of perception about you that you have made it. Not that you are making it, you have made it. So it's like your kids have to go to a certain school, your kids have to look a certain way. Your parents also expect you to do certain things. People will come to you and ask you for money and help like you're a politician. Yes, so it also has this way of giving you that pressure that deliver. And I think people sometimes don't understand life as a medic or life as a nurse. Yes. So beyond that, what were some of the other things that you sort of?
Okay. So right after school, after passing the exam, the next day I was on the bus going to work.
Wow. Yes. That's where you come from?
No. I'm a fancy. I come from Sweden. So I had to go. Yes.
Where Paul counts?
No, Paul is Tally boy. No, okay. Paul is yes, we do that.
Shout out to Paul.
Yes, I think so. Oh, okay. But I never lived there, so I mean, I only started going there for my first visit my grandmother. Yeah. So I mean, I went to volunteer as a volunteer doctor at St. Joseph's Drapa because I wanted surgical skills. Yeah. So the next morning I was on a bus to Wa. So I was there for I think a month before the graduation ceremony. Yeah. So there I picked some few skills and then I came. So I made my first money when I was coming. I mean it was volunteers, but they gave me some package. So that was the first money that I made. And then some little surgical skills here.
Okay, that's great.
And I came down for the graduation, and after graduation we had to wait to start the house job. We were told we were going to start in August, somewhere in August. So we had to wait. And while I was waiting, Charlie, the money was gone. And we had to survive. So it wasn't easy. Like we were three guys, two other guys with me. We were staying in a single room, and we were basically living on. We were living by ourselves and with whatever we all had. So whatever pennies we had, that's what we shared whilst waiting to start house job. And we also knew that started house job, we're not going to be paid from the very first month. So
I mean, every year group has their own experience.
Yeah.
Some wait a year, some wait 6 months. What was your waiting period?
Ours was 11 months. I remember.
11 months before your salary.
Yes.
So like, did they give you the people give you your leaders give you any ideas of how to survive those 11 months?
No. I mean,
jungle strategy.
Yes, I attended UCC Medical School. We were the first batch. We didn't have anybody to look up to. In my family, it was my uncle who was a doctor there. And aside him, there was nobody else to look up to, nobody to tell each other, this is how you have to survive. So, and you can't get locum at the time.
Yes. Because no one knows you.
Nobody knows you.
And they'll ask you that, have you done locum before?
Exactly.
And your answer will be no.
And you don't even have, what skills? You have raw knowledge.
Yeah, yes.
Anatomy and these clinical things.
Yes.
So, and we're waiting and in anticipation to start. We're excited to actually practice as doctors. So we were surviving on Gary and Shito, Gary and Soakins till we started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Amma, life as a nurse, how's it like? The way the relationship with the patients and patient relatives, how are you able to sort of make the difference that you wanted to make? You said you wanted to make this big difference, like you have like Michelle Obama dreams, like Oprah Winfrey dreams, so like you want to make so much difference when you finally get into the profession, but now you are in the profession. How are you making that difference?
Yes.
I mean, I like the way you talk to me in the hospital. I don't know whether other people have that same vibe. Yeah.
As for the vibe, applies to everyone. Unless those have personal issues, but I barely get myself in that situation.
Okay. Yeah, like you know how to you do some cursive with your words.
Say it to my patients. Sometimes I care so much for them that sometimes even the older when they are little, they'll be like, I have a son. I'll give my son. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you have inherited so many sons.
Yes. Yes, I think I go all out. Like, I know people are in pain, and sometimes that makes them behave. Yes, otherwise, yes. But I understand. I'm sure I would have done worse if I was in their situation. I just feel like these are my mom, my siblings, my friends here. So I just take care of them full-heartedly. I just love the job.
Just love the job. I think you're one of those people that were born,
I'll I'm sure I was born with a syringe.
Yeah, you're born with a syringe, yeah.
But I just love the job. I've never regretted being the profession, not for even a second. No matter the stress I go through, like I just feel like it's fine. Like I enjoy it. I don't even if I'm tired.
I mean, shout outs to every nurse out there. Shout out.
I think with this profession, it's very difficult not to like it.
Yeah.
Not to love it. If you don't love it, you probably will not stay in for long.
For long, yes, it's very true.
Because it's stressful. I mean, you are doing a lot for someone you don't know, and sometimes you don't even get appreciated. And you feel it's your job.
Yes.
But basically, we are not doing what we are supposed to do. It's not like we are not following strictly by our job description. We do more than that.
Okay, so because of our limited resources in the hospital space and also the limited, like the human resource, we have all this brain drain and everything. So as a nurse or a doctor, you end up doing more than you are supposed to do just to make sure the patient is comfortable. When I realized that although the job is stressful, I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's very stressful. After a while, you're able to identify with the people's pain, and sometimes even if you had a relative have a similar experience, then once you see that same situation, it triggers a lot of emotions, and then you go all out and help. So like naturally, after a while, you actually do fall in love. You might even fall in love with the stress and the adrenaline that comes with everything. And I think for me, that's what makes the job like very exciting and rewarding. That not necessarily, I mean, money is very good, but then there's an inner reward that we all seem to get once we are able to offer help. Because the look on someone's face when they come in and the look when they're walking out in the hospital, I mean, that sort of experience is intangible. That sort of experience, like you can actually lay down on your bed in the night and just be comfortable. In a certain sense, because if you're laying on your, like you're lying on the floor, I mean, you might not be as comfortable as if you're lying on some ash foam, latex foam, something like that. Okay, so to round up, I mean, we could have this conversation like the whole day, but we're going to round up and then maybe pick up some other topic the next time. So let me. So you went first. So let me just come to Dr. Turkson. To round up, your outlook on the profession before and your outlook now. Is there a correlation, or the differences, the gamut of differences so wide?
Oh no. I mean, I think now, well, I've matured, so
you have a better appreciation.
Exactly, and I think being a doctor is a privilege. And the privilege is that you get to help people. I mean, you get to see people in their worst state and be able to help them. The most beautiful aspect of our work is when someone walks in almost dead and the person gets to walk out happy, excited. I mean, I'm here to see a doctor or a surgeon who see a patient coming from review, a patient that has been like a near miss, come for review and not excited. You are like, oh wow,
you almost feel like you are Jesus Christ.
Exactly. It's like, oh, not really like feeling like you're Jesus Christ, but I feel it's a privilege. Anytime I'm going for rounds, I feel like why it could have been me on the other side.
Excellent, yeah.
It's just a privilege to stand here and
to be able to offer some help. Yes.
So, I mean, like you said, it's a life of privilege. So I enjoy it.
So, if there was one word of advice you would give to maybe an up and coming maybe science student, someone who's thinking about entering the profession, or someone's coming to do we have graduate entry medical program. What word of advice would you give to the person from your perspective?
Okay, so from a money point of view, I think it has a lot of potential. You just have to explore.
Okay, so just to round up, if there was any last word you would want to give to an up-and-coming science student or maybe graduate student who would like to enter the medical program, what would you Or what words would you give them?
Okay, so I would say on the whole, medicine is worth it. I mean, getting to help people, to treat people, to save lives of people is worth it. It's fun, honestly, to be honest with you. Yeah. Maybe monetary wise, it could be better. I mean, you see, when we talk about the money too, it's just in Ghana. So, but elsewhere, I know people are doing well. Yeah.
I think, as I said, we'll probably have a separate program where we deal into medicine and money, or surgery and money, or hospital money, or how to make money living as a doctor in Ghana, okay, or how to make money as a nurse living in Ghana. So, Amma, let's say one day you are in the kitchen somewhere, you're cooking up something for Big Daddy, and your daughter just walks in or runs in and like, Mommy, I want to do nursing. What would you tell her? What would you tell her?
Okay, so I would encourage her.
You encourage her
because I feel it's worth it.
It's worth it.
I know it has its own advantages and disadvantages. It has its own. Everything has advantages. I think it's worth it. It's very accomplishing because I feel very accomplished. I know I've not been working for a long time, but sometimes when I come home, I feel I've done something. Aside even my patients, I feel I've made some of my colleagues. Yes. Sometimes I see some of my colleagues very down and I go and talk to them. I just don't take care of my patients. I feel I do more than that. Yes. So I don't know, but I would really encourage it because it's a very beautiful profession, and I think God is blessed now because we take care of our patients and also God takes care of us.
That's great. I mean, it's been a great conversation so far for myself. I've actually enjoyed every bit of the conversation. I know you have to. Now, if you haven't already liked this video, kindly do that right now. Like, subscribe, share it with a friend, share it with a relative. You can even share it with an enemy. I mean, we are all on this world to sort of help each other. And also let us have your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you're thinking. How was your nursing school experience like? Did you enjoy it? I mean, the ups and the downs. Did you have any wolves or lions around you? How did you manage to escape all the foxes in the traps? I mean, if you're a doctor now, like, how was your medical school experience like? Let us know in the comment section. So this is where we would round up today on Life After Medical School, Life After Nursing School. Join us again on the Surgeon's Table as we dissect all types of issues. Cheers.